All right, guys, thanks for getting on. We have Rob Lock-in with us today.
Hey.
And I'm excited because we like to hear from new producers.
Yeah.
And you've been here for how long?
Just under 2 months, so I think I'm at like 45 days.
45. And how'd you do that?
Just freaking running, just dialing the phone, doing what you tell us to do. Dialing the phones, door knocking in between when I get a no-show, just hammering it hard and getting out in the field
What'd
and
you
not
do
taking
before?
no for an answer. Shoot, so how far back should we go?
Just before...
Yeah, right before Family First.
Yeah.
So I was a founder of an ed tech company, exited from that, and then was hired by, can I name the financial firm?
No.
No? Okay, by the number one financial firm in the world, and worked for a team of senior financial advisors in the Scottsdale office in Arizona, and did that for about 2 years. And due to some regulatory freezes and a pause in prospecting, I started looking for other options. And
how'd you find Family First?
Interesting story. So I met Ashley Gronberg at a Tony Robbins event like 3 years ago. Her and her whole group, they were sitting in front of me, and her and I found out we had some mutual friends. So followed each other on Instagram, and then didn't speak a word to each other for 3 years. And then I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 months ago, I just started seeing her posts, her stories on Instagram, like stupid numbers, people being like, first day. And so I was very hesitant and reluctant to reach out. I finally did, and I was just
Did you
uneducated,
say, is it a pyramid scheme?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What'd she say?
She's like, dude, like, no, it's not. Like, she just basically broke it down. And I was, like I said, I was just uneducated. I didn't know what you guys were all about, or what y'all even did, or what, I guess we now, right, what we even do. And she told me a little bit. And then Jordan Lowry, I went to high school with him, met him my freshman year of high school, had no idea he was doing this. She goes, I see that you're friends with Jordan Lowry on Facebook, like hit him up. So I called him, and I was like, dude, I'm about to leave like a very secure job. Why wait 10 years? Like, go do it your first year. I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing.
And you're going to do that?
Oh, at Hall of Fame, like, no doubt. Absolutely. Yeah.
What was Ashley's post that got your attention?
Well, it was multiple posts. I mean, I had just been seeing her content for months and months and just kept ignoring it because I thought it was another one of these drop ship on Amazon, sell courses online,
auto
Forex,
ship.
I don't know, like all of the stuff that's out there, the noise.
Get people on auto ship, recruit.
Yeah.
Now, when you looked at this model, what made you think it was different than that?
It made sense, right? So like working for that firm, I was...
Was there any one thing that...
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's like at work?
Kind of, yeah. Just a bunch of cubes. Everybody's dialing away. While you're dialing, you're on LinkedIn trying to talk to C-suite executives, and you're like a 20-something-year-old kid. It's tough, very cold. This stuff, warm leads, like what? People pick up the phone. People know what the heck you're talking about. They want it.
Now, Ashley told you, well, some people communicate with a lead and the person doesn't want it because they're not communicating right. So we'll get into how you're talking to people.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because a lead doesn't mean a sale.
No.
Some new people get into this industry. They haven't cold called before. They don't know what it's like to cold prospect.
Mm-hmm.
They get a lead. The person doesn't buy.
Yeah.
And they go, these leads suck.
Yeah. And I caution everybody that I recruit, like, hey, yeah, warm leads, they're great. But like, just like anything else, folks are going to, I don't remember I didn't fill out that form, or no, we don't need, whatever it might be. There's always rebuttals to objections. But at the end of the day, not everybody is going to book an appointment with you, and not every appointment that you book is going to be a sale. Like, that's sales. I don't know.
Now, you said last night you got done selling at what time?
My last appointment, actually kind of a cool little story if I can share it. It was a 6:00 appointment in Arizona down in Casa Grande. Knocked on the door, son answered, she's at the grocery store. Okay, give her a call.
Is that what you wear, that suit and tie?
No. No, I wear like a polo or polo and jeans. Okay, so it's my last appointment of the day. I'm going to just sit in my car. She gets home 30 minutes later at 6:30. She goes, well, you're just dropping off information, right? Like, I don't have time. I go, oh, yeah, but, I got so much information here. If I just gave it to you, half of it wouldn't apply because we don't even know what you qualify for. So mind if I ask a couple of questions, and then I'll know what to leave with you? She goes, yeah, sure. Takes me in. the policy that they're trying to put in place is for the husband who's out in California working right now. Get him on the phone, and we spend the next like hour and a half, almost 2 hours, just going through. I mean, they make like 20 grand a month. They have tons of assets, young kids, just need a lot of protection.
What they do for work?
They own a demolition company, so demo
That's awesome.
stuff, and yeah. So anyway, I'm walking out the door. Long story short, we got some pending stuff. We're gonna revisit it, and they're very interested. They're looking into stuff.
I was hoping
they want like $2 million. No, they want like $2 million in coverage, and so I don't want to, just for all the new agents out there, I don't want to get into any sort of like full underwriting, that kind of thing. But
did they have any coverage?
No coverage at all. And so
you left them uncovered.
I told them, I go, we need to put in place.
Let me tell you what I would have done.
Yeah,
we're going to get this return of premium because it's like a savings account.
Yeah.
And you're already saving money. You make 20 grand a month.
I tried so hard to do that.
And then I'm going to come back and we'll do the rest. That way I don't leave here and you're not covered.
Yeah, absolutely. I said, yeah.
So they sold
definitely.
you on not doing that.
Oh, man, you got me. Yeah, so
they
I
sold you
them.
on not getting covered. It's okay. I mean, you're crushing it for being here in 30 days.
No, I pushed them hard, man. And they said, no, email us. We want to see the literature. They want to see the pieces because he wasn't there. So I left them with a lot of information. And when we were walking out the door, she goes, my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't curb you and not bring you in the house. She goes, that was worth $1 million right there. So, dude, get in the home.
I mean, it wasn't worth anything because they're not covered.
I know.
What if he gets hit by a truck today?
Dude, tell me. I freaking pushed so hard.
It's all right. You're going to get, I mean, you never know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you get better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you know how to react to certain situations, which is the beautiful thing about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did you ask them how much money they were saving a month?
I didn't ask them how much money they're saving a month.
Okay, so this is like return a premium slam dunk. Okay.
Hit me.
How much money do you save per month?
X dollars.
How much do you think they save? What would they have said?
5,000.
You save 5,000 a month. Okay.
Just tell them, yeah.
So we're going to take the max amount. What we're going to do today is we're going to set up like a savings account for you. And you're going to get the coverage pretty much for free because they're going to give you all the money back if you don't use it. Right. So we're going to sign you up with, you know, whatever the max amount is, $400K with Americo, return a premium. It's going to be, you know, $270 a month for each of you. And all you're going to do is reallocate some of the $5,000 a month you're putting in B of A, and you're going to put it with Americo, and you're going to get this coverage. That way something's there.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to do an exam, and we can get you locked in on this plan.
Boom.
So that's
you got a time machine?
That's one thing.
Back?
That's one thing. No, but you could go back over there.
No, yeah.
That's one thing that I've always added to my financial inventory is how much money do you save a month? Because you cannot argue saving money at a bank versus saving money at Americo.
Right.
And getting all that extra coverage. You can't argue that.
Boom. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I love it. Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah, and maybe they would have said no. But I mean, don't let them say the best thing ever is coming over and they didn't get anything and they're not covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you spent 2 hours giving them a bunch of information that they won't retain anyways.
Right. We did put an application in for the full, but yes.
Oh, you did a fully underwritten application.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For $1 million in coverage.
And how much was the premium? Okay, so you did something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we got the ball rolling.
I thought you did nothing.
Oh, I didn't do nothing.
But I still always get them.
We want to do, I told them,
I'm always trying to do return of premium.
I said, hey, it's going to be a fully underwritten. While you're waiting on all that, let's put this in place. You have a 30-day free look period. If you do pass the underwriting check, you're covered there. Free look, boom, boom. Like, you know, I tried, but they didn't want to go for it. But we got something in the book. You know, we got something rolling.
While we're on that, let's hit this. Some new agents, they look at the fully underwritten price and they go, this is lower than simplified issue.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I mean, obviously it was, right? Like we were showing it to them, and because we were looking at a stack.
No, but did you do that when you were new? I'm saying when you were new, did you go?
No, No, I understood. I mean, I understood the difference in like fully underwritten's like a shot in the dark. Hopefully they get approved, but if they don't, now they have that on the books, they're not getting insurance anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's it's something to avoid and try to get them simplified issue if you can.
Yeah. See, I learned the hard way. My first appointment, the guy goes, "This other company quoted me lower."
Okay.
And so I sold him simplified issue.
Right.
He called me back. He goes, this other company quoted me lower if I take blood. And I panicked because I was like, oh, I'm going to make $800 on this. I don't want to lose
Okay.
it. I already spent the money before the application in my head, before the application even got approved, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So I went back to his house and I go, I can give you fully underwritten. So I give him fully underwritten. And then he does his blood. They come back, decline him. He's got some blood disorder that he didn't know about.
Right.
So he ends up with no insurance. You can't go back and give him simplified issue, right?
So you had canceled the simplified.
So the simplified, yeah,
You canceled it before you even went through.
Before it even went through. Yeah, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized the power of simplified issue, and not getting put on the MIB for all these different things. If you don't know about anything, you submit the simplified issue app and it goes through. You know, to the best of your knowledge, you don't have any of these things wrong with you.
Right.
And then if you add return of premium, then it's really a no-brainer because you're just saving money or reallocating saving from one place to another.
Yeah.
So I'm big on locking in a return of premium, and then if they want to do fully underwritten, add it in addition to, not in replace of.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
What kind of leads are you working?
Everything.
Like what?
So I'm doing a lot of aged mortgage. A lot of that, CRM stuff, a lot of instance, a lot of new aged internet. I'm doing Facebook through Happy Agent, Lead Guru, all that good stuff. I'm just anything I can get my hands on. Phoenix is a heavily saturated. I mean, the CRM leads are tough there. I mean, I set alarms.
You mean you can't get them? You can't get them.
They're tough because there's a lot of, it's just dense.
There's a lot of agents.
Yeah, there's a lot of agents there.
So you're using everything, which I love.
Yeah, so I get on at like midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. every day. I have alarms set and then just scoop up whatever leads.
You actually wake up and do that at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m.?
Dude, it takes 2 minutes. You just put up your phone and you're just like, oh, here we go. Yeah, and then you get leads, Like you want leads, right? Do what it takes to
Have
get
you done
leads.
A travel trip?
I did one my second week.
And you got smoked, right?
I freaking smoked, man.
Let's hit. So
it's such a good learning experience. Oh my gosh.
Let's hit that. Let's go over that.
Okay.
Didn't you go to like Antarctica or something?
Oh yeah, you betcha. Down over there to Minnesota. That's where I was born. So I got family out that way. It was like a $120 flight. They let me use their car and stay there. So it was like super low cost trip. Booked it, was out there for an entire week, flew back the morning of Christmas Eve. First day, booked like 8 appointments, 7 no-showed.
Was this your first week you did this?
Second week out there.
How pissed were you?
Dude, a little, honestly, not too upset. And I vlog everything, so I don't, anybody that's watched that travel trip vlog knows that.
So you're videoing all your learning experiences.
Oh, my very first dial, the first time I ever dialed is.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
That's going to be
That's going to
be valuable at one point.
Well, yeah. That's
you got a huge team. You go, hey, this is what it was like my first dial. You actually have it.
Yeah.
Were you nervous your first dial?
Maybe a little bit from like the script or whatever, making sure I got my stuff right. But as far as just dialing goes, I'd been doing it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But for new people, sure, that would be a little nerve-wracking. But you get a few under your belt, nerves fall away, and you're just cranking them out, But travel trip, get there, 7 no-shows, was not discouraged, just made a lot of phone calls, called Nina, called Ashley, called Jordan, called Brandon Kitchens, called a lot of people and said, these are the objections I'm getting. I'm having a hard time overcoming them. This is what I'm saying.
What were they?
What am I doing wrong? On the phone, it was, I never filled that out. Click. And, okay, fair enough. A much different experience on the phone out there than what I've experienced in Arizona. And then in the home, it was, I need to think about it,
Do you think it was you?
A little bit, yeah, sure.
Did you identify what it was?
I didn't set the table, man. Like that, there was like plastic forks and knives on that table. Didn't have any cutlery on it. You got to set the table. You got to make sure that you're handling all of the objections up front. And so, I would sit there and say, all right, so really what we're going to do today is 3 simple things. First we have to find out where you can get approved, who can qualify you, where you'd be eligible, right? Because if you're not eligible for the plan, then what the heck are we doing talking about it? And number 2, we really got to nail down how much coverage you really need, because I don't want to sit here and write you a $500,000 insurance policy if that's just excessive. So we'll nail down and zone in on the coverage amount that you really need, And then lastly, and I think, this is most important to me, but I would assume it's also most important to you, and that's we got to find something that works with the budget. It's got to be something affordable and not only affordable today and tomorrow, but this is life insurance. It's got to stay in place for the years to come. So if we can do, and so I would stop there and I would go right into financial inventory. And now I'm implementing and if we can do all of that, if we find something where you say, hey, yeah, okay, we can afford that, and it gets the job done coverage wise, well, then we still have to check that last box. We still have to see whether or not we're approved, because otherwise we're sitting here talking about a bunch of numbers, bunch of quotes. We go and submit an application, get denied, and we just wasted 30 minutes of my time and yours, and we don't obviously want to do that. So if we can find something that works, then we got to submit an application to see if we can get approved. If we do get approved, then
Is this what you were doing before?
I wasn't doing any of that. So I wasn't saying this is what we're going to do today. We are going to submit an application. That is the goal of this time together today. Wasn't doing that. And so we'd get to the point where, I'd start quoting them prematurely, and
they just go, we need to think about it.
Yeah,
dude, so this business is all confidence.
Right.
And people don't realize it, but then you go, why did I not sell 10 in a row? It's because confidence. And when you go, why did I sell 10 in a row? It's because confidence. Like when you don't sell it, lack of confidence. Dude, I ran so many appointments, and I just learned that if you're just so confident and assumptive, that almost anybody will buy from you, to the point where I'm knocking on people's doors. They go, who are you? I'm your new insurance agent, Andrew. Yeah. Nice to meet you. What are we going to do? We're going to save you money on your current insurance and put you in a better situation, do a whole really cool evaluation. You're going to be really happy. I just need to see your current plan, and we'll go from there. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, and people, great. And even before they even buy anything, hey, I'm going to help you I help all my customers for years, so I'll be around for years to help you.
Right.
This is before they've even bought anything.
Just confidence through the roof.
And dude, they're not going to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what convention did for me. That's exactly what convention did for me. Like these past couple days, it's been like, I'm selling you a policy. Like you need coverage. We both know you need coverage. We're putting this in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that, because you hear all the stories about people who give pushback, and then the agent didn't give in, and they made it happen, and then something tragic happens, and it's like, had that agent not pushed, that family would be distraught right now. And that's my job. That's my job, to push and show them and let us together come to the realization that this is filling a need, and this is a need that you guys expressed, and we're here to service it. So, because if we don't, I don't want to add you to the list of the horror stories, and it's not a fear tactic. It's just reality.
And the thing is how many times has that person sat with an insurance agent in their life?
You mean the www.whateverquote.com insurance agent? Because that's the only person that they ever usually see is going online and trying to get some quotes.
Yeah. So I always used to think this: if I leave, they're going to throw my card and my quotes under a stack of newspapers.
Right.
And then they're going to lose it. And they're going to forget how important it was, and then something's going to happen.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I would say that to them. I go, hey, I'm not, you can't think about it, because you're going to do what everybody does. Mm-hmm. You're going to throw my card under a stack of papers.
Right.
It's going to get more inconvenient to meet again. Mm-hmm. And then you're not going to get coverage. Something's going to happen. Your kids are going to call me and go, hey, what did they get? And I'm going to go, nothing.
Yeah.
So what we'll do today is we're going to get you approved, and then we can adjust it. So while you're thinking about it, you have something. So which one of these options do you think you like the most, to see if you can get approved and get the ball rolling on?
Yeah.
I would always do that, but not allow them to go, I need to think about it. I need to think about it. I need to think about it.
And I'll even say, no, absolutely. You guys definitely need to think about it. That's a conversation that needs to be had, that, when I'm not in the room, I don't want any part of that conversation. And the insurance companies understand that this is a major financial decision. It's a major life decision. There should be a conversation that's had. But so they're really good at giving you that time to have that conversation. So what we'll do is we'll submit the application. If you're approved, coverage will go into place, and then the insurance company gives you those 30 days to have that conversation, do whatever you need to do, and if anything changes, you need to make any adjustments, that's when you can go ahead and give me that call.
Yeah. I like that, but I also like this is not a big decision. You spend more on
Yeah,
coffee
fair,
every month,
fair.
and you're not buying a 40-unit apartment complex.
Right, right.
You're saving $80 a month and getting all of it back. It's not that complicated.
Sure,
But if
sure.
you need to adjust it, you have the ability to.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Gotcha.
What about like locking in a sale? Have you figured out how to lock in a sale yet?
Sort of. And I'm not, I won't speak too heavily on it because I'm definitely not a
Because
pro.
you're new, but dude, you're
Mm-hmm.
crushing it. Like you 30 days in compared to me 30 days in is like night and day.
Mm, okay.
So
Well, yeah, locking in a sale, it's y- just be thorough, get and give them your business card, give them that, not the financial inventory sheet, but the list of the credibility sheet, right? Staple your business card to it, write all of the information down, give them a phone call afterwards. I just hired an admin, so we're going to start doing thank you cards. Just keeping people on the books by making sure they don't forget who the heck you are and being relevant, and then doing a great job before you leave the home.
yeah, so this is funny. So when I first started selling,
Okay.
I go, Rob,
Yeah.
you
Andrew.
can cancel this if you don't want it. Let's just see if you get approved.
Yeah. Like are you sure you
And
want that
someone told
amount?
me, they go,
That's what you're saying.
you're doing what's called a puppy dog sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what that meant. And so I tried to figure it out. And I think it meant if you get a puppy dog and you're allowed to take it back
Mm-hmm.
after it whimpers all night, pees all over all your new stuff,
Then you're gonna take it back.
you're going to take it back.
Yeah.
So I changed as my career went on and I got better and I saw more people and I learned all these things to where at the end of my presentation I would go, "Hey, we can make adjustments to this. Congratulations, you're covered. We can make adjustments to this. But don't let anybody trick you into ever canceling this
I like that.
because if you did, you would be out of your mind
Right.
because you're getting all the money back and insurance does not get cheaper as you get older. So if someone talks you into canceling it because they heard something on the radio and they don't understand all the benefits and all the living benefits and how you get your money back and how all these things work, then you'll be making a very bad decision that can hurt you. So remember that I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be absolutely insane
Mm-hmm.
if you
Yeah.
cancel this policy.
Yeah.
Now,
Nailing it home.
dude, I'm making sure they remember. Then I want to make sure no agents come in behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How do you do that?
So then I go, hey, have you ever bought a car?
Okay. Yes, I've bought a car.
After you agreed on a price, have you ever been in the back and there's a finance manager that tries to get you to buy more stuff?
Oh yeah.
And then you end up paying more? Has that happened to you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How'd you feel?
Taken advantage of.
Okay. So when I leave, people are going to call you. They're going to say they need to review what we did. They're going to say they need to go over stuff and probably try to get you to get more insurance. I don't like that to happen to my customers. So if it's not me and somebody calls you, what are you going to say?
Sorry, I'm working with Andrew Taylor. He's my guy.
And what if I say I still have to come over and review stuff because we just have to look at stuff?
Let me call my guy and see what he has to say about that.
Exactly.
Something
Now,
like that.
then I'm going to go, now, Rob, they're really good at this.
Yeah.
So they'll probably trick you into coming over.
Yeah.
And then usually the customer goes, screw that. No one's coming over.
Nice.
I'm really good at getting people to telling them, to go away.
Sure.
And I go, okay, cool.
Great.
And so are you going to remember my name?
Yeah.
Are you sure? What's my name?
Oh gosh, what was it? Andrew Taylor.
Okay.
That's right.
So that's what I always do to try to stop people from coming in behind, like the end of my sale, and then make them feel
That's cool.
And then make them feel really good. The grand finale, if it's a husband and wife,
Mm-hmm.
Rob, congratulations, and do you have a girlfriend or anything?
Yeah, Hannah.
So I would tell Hannah, I go, Hannah,
Yeah.
I just want to let you know
Mm-hmm.
you're very lucky.
Yeah.
Because I meet with a lot of people, and the significant other or the man of the house doesn't care about the insurance. They won't even listen to it. They're too busy watching sports or doing something else. And the significant other, is usually really concerned, but it doesn't matter because it's not important to that person. So I just want to let you know it's really cool to see this happen, to see somebody care about their family so much.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal.
Make them feel really good.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Yeah.
trying to cement this thing in like crazy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I like it. Good deal.
And it doesn't
I'm
work.
using that.
It doesn't
all of
work
that.
all the time,
Yeah.
but it does work better than call me if you need to make any changes. I'm basically saying you're an absolute lunatic if you cancel this policy.
It's the same thing as setting the table with anything else. You're overcoming an objection before it ever comes up.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so
And
those
when
were
you
the
get
two,
really
right?
good, you overcome all the objections
Mhm.
before they come up,
Yeah.
which you're learning to do in the home right now.
Yeah, I'm close.
Yeah.
And I think you just continue to pick things up. Clay Sweet had a killer presentation at convention about talking about how they verify your identity by using your social security number and your banking information. And I always had a hard time with asking for banking information.
Dude, Nina said something which was genius. And dude, I'm learning from everybody that comes in here still. I'm like, oh, that's genius. She goes, hey, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't show you the plan that had the total, like the maximum amount of coverage you can get to give your family all these additional benefits. It's more expensive, but I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't show that to you. So I have to show it to you.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And then she would show them the bigger premium
Mm-hmm.
and the value and then get those sales more often.
Yeah. Yeah, I do something similar without saying doing you a disservice. I just say I'm required to show you the max amount that you qualify for and then show it to them. But
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Now, how are you getting so good so fast?
Okay, so I'm obsessed. I think I had mentioned that. Like, dude, my alarm clock in the morning is Alexa turns on my TV, opens YouTube, and plays Andrew Taylor interviews. Like, that's my alarm. I wake up to your voice,
Drew,
bro.
can we do that at my house?
But like, yeah, I mean, it's just I'm legitimately obsessed. Like, I go to sleep and wake up to this.
But
to
you're
content.
excelling way faster than everybody.
The fact that I'm like, I think I've found it. Like, my whole life, I've been looking for this, right? Like, I founded an ed tech company and ran that, and I've always wanted
What is
to.
an ed tech company?
So basically, I developed a software that allows students to take a picture of a tricky homework problem, submit it, and then receive a walkthrough video tutorial on how to do that problem. We later licensed that platform to different, institutions, community colleges, universities, private high schools, that kind of thing. So I've just always been kind of entrepreneurial minded. I was the kid mowing people's lawns and dog sitting and everything around the neighborhood. And I've wanted to have my own schedule and have no cap on my income, be able to teach and manage people while also learning. Like, this checks every box.
Dude, so
every
you were at
single
that
box.
Tony Robbins seminar. How many people were there?
A lot, like a couple thousand.
Most of those people want the same thing as you, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they don't know about Family First, so they're
Right.
selling auto ship soap and
Yeah.
other things to try to accomplish this.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what was Habush's little zizzle zazzle lip gloss thing?
Yeah.
Lips, or whatever. Yeah. Anything and everything people are trying to do.
But this, yeah, you're right. This, you don't need a lot of overhead. You don't
No.
need a lot of money to get started.
No.
You can explode this thing.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I found home. I found it. Like, I've been looking for it, and I felt like I found it. And then when I was watching the boot camp videos, I would literally sit there and go like this, like, what is going on? Like, these guys hacked it. They figured it out. Like, how do you say no to anything that they're saying? Because you guys are so well polished and refined on all of your setting the table, overcoming objections. Just the systems that are in place are just stellar. And once that clicked, I was like, okay, I'm going. Like, I'm just going to dive all in, and I did, and here we go.
So what do you think what's been the motivation for you to be this committed to business or work this hard?
Yeah, are you kind of asking my why in a way?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff. I didn't grow up with any sort of money. My family got hit pretty hard in '08, and we had to file bankruptcy, and I was like,
And how old were you then?
I was in high school. I was like a junior in high school. So we had to move houses. I didn't have to move schools, fortunately, but we had to move houses in the middle of high school. And my family just wasn't extremely educated on not being over leveraged, things like that. So that's kind of what prompted me to get into the financial world and become an advisor, because I wanted to educate families. And then our team of senior advisors all work on ultra high wealth clients. And so I was just helping multimillionaires become whatever multi-millionaires, you know, and I wasn't educating anybody, but here, like, you're educating people, you're teaching people how to be financially secure, how to leave a legacy and build multi-generational wealth. I mean, there's the educating people piece is great, but, you know, my why beyond that is to be financially secure. You know, I grew up as a pretty competitive tennis player, would travel and train outside of school. And I had to go to tennis in the morning at 7 a.m., get done at 5 p.m., go to my job as a busser at Paradise Bakery, and work till 10 p.m., and then get up and do it all over again just so I could pay for my tennis lessons. And I don't want that for my kid.
Did you say 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.?
Yeah, so we'd be on the court for like 3. So it was a professional academy. I mean, our coach was like number.
Oh, school too? School and
yeah, all
tennis?
that. Mm-hmm, yeah.
All in one.
Yeah, we did online, and then I got early release because I was going to school in person, so I'd get out early. But yeah, yeah. So I just don't want that for my kids. I mean, it's great. It instilled a work ethic in me, I guess, but I didn't. You can teach people work ethic in other ways than having to work a really long day, and just want my kids to have some opportunities, my family to have opportunities.
Do you have any kids?
No.
How old are you?
28.
So 28, you have
Yeah.
a girlfriend named Hannah.
Yeah.
Does she help you?
Dude, she's awesome, man. Like, so supportive. We had the talk, right? The conversation of this is what the next 2 years is going to look like, and then this is what the rest of our life is going to look like. How long have you guys been dating? Not very long. Yeah. But we went to high school together.
2 weeks, 5 weeks?
Like a month.
I like it.
But we went to high school together.
So a month,
we went
and
to college together.
We've
known each other.
Like? So you've known each other. So
we've known each other. Yeah.
So is it like the best friends start dating type of thing?
Kind of. We weren't really close prior to this, but got connected and just kind of hit the ground running. We're very similar, very OCD and like-minded, and just.
Does she get pissed that the TV turns on and it's podcast?
No, because it turns it on in the living room, so I kind of
so
mosey
you leave.
up. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mosey up and I go over there. But anywho, so we had the talk, and I said, hey, this is what the next 2 years is going to look like, and she immediately gets on her phone and she's like, I'm just looking up lunches that are easy to eat in the car, so I can start meal prepping for you, and you just let me know what time you're going to be home so that I can have dinner ready. And
so you guys moved in together already?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But what time? Whenever we get together and after a long work day, it's like, what can I do to help? And
I gotcha.
So yeah, she's
so
just
what was that
extremely
conversation
helpful.
like?
I just told her, I said, hey, this is the opportunity at hand, and that was prior to convention. That we had that talk, and then she didn't go to the actual convention, but she went to a dinner that we had afterwards, and then another Friday and Saturday night, our team did some stuff after the event, and then so she just got to see some stories and hear from some people and really get to see the opportunity, right in front of her, and she got it. It clicked, and so yeah, I articulated the potential of what we can do and what kind of life that could build for us, and it just it made sense to her. And she's like, first 15 minutes of our first date, she was like, I feel like God put me on this earth to be a supportive role, to be a homemaker, and to just be the cheerleader for my partner. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's awesome.
She closed you right
there?
there?
She closed me in the first 15 minutes. So,
dang, dude.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to dinner at?
I actually took her to this little, it's a, gosh, what is it called? A speakeasy. Just this underground, cool, old school cocktail bar kind of thing. So you have to have a password to get in and all that stuff. So
are those actually legal places or illegal places?
Yeah, they're legal places. They just call them
pretend
speakeasies because they're mocking up like an old, what used to be,
Got it.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
So yeah, we had the talk.
Did it feel like it was illegal?
Sure. I'm not going to play into whatever joke you're doing here, but
I'm just curious.
No, yeah, sure. It felt kind of like, because they had curtains around the booths, because the old school mob guys would draw the curtains up. So yeah, it felt kind of like old school sketch, but pretty classy and cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So she closed you in 15 minutes, and she's supporting you.
Killing it. Couldn't do it without her. It's definitely been very helpful.
Now, what'd you say it's going to look like in 2 years?
I said we're gonna have everything that we want. I mean, you're gonna have me, all of me, and my time.
Did you guys actually go, we want to buy a house or we want to do this? Anything like any
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
specifics?
on my goals board, so I'm in a lot of debt that I'm paying off very aggressively. Once that's done, I want to buy a house cash by the time my lease is up at the end of the year, and from there we'll see. But yeah, we talked about what that lifestyle looks like, and that's time freedom, and that's being able to do exactly what we want in life, not extravagantly, still living within our means, but get to go and do exactly what we want to do.
And not worry about money.
Not worry about money. Doesn't mean you have to get crazy with your spending, but just go enjoy a modest, vacation or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I like that.
Travel,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a tip you'd give to somebody that's new,
Yeah.
that's preparing to, I always call it getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready to do something.
Yeah, to get ready to get. They're just not taking action. Well, first of all, take action, dude. Like, why did you sign? Why are you here? If you're not going to take action, go. Go. You've seen it.
Which
it works.
means what?
Pick up the freaking phone and book an appointment. Once you book an appointment, drive to their house. If they're not there, look up your leads
What
and
if you
door
don't
knock
know
somebody
what
else.
to do?
Watch a video. Like, I don't know. Did you go through boot camp?
How many sales do you make off of door knocking?
Not a lot. I don't do a lot of it because I book my schedule so full and I double book that I don't have any time to door knock.
When do you double book?
So I rate every appointment based on the feeling that I got on the phone as a 1,
Genius,
2, or
yeah.
3. If they're a 2 or a 3, I double book them immediately. And I also have a 1+ rating for a real good.
They go,
one.
is it under 3? That's the person that goes, it better not be under $300 a month. That's an A. That would be a 1+.
Yeah, when they tell me exactly on the phone, like I need $250,000 in coverage, I want a term, and I only want to pay this, and I'm like, well, I already know that you're gonna pay less than that, so we're good. That's a 1+. I'll see you at 4:00 on Monday or Tuesday or whatever.
And you're not late to that appointment.
Oh no.
That's cool. And so if it's a 3 though, you're gonna go, this person. What would a 3 sound like over the phone?
Really just looking for some quotes. We're not really ready to make a decision, but I guess, we might be home. Well, are you going to be home? Well, you might be home or you will be home. Well, yeah, I guess we'll be home. No. Will you be home? Because I'm seeing a lot of families and we need to make sure that you're going to be there.
I love that you're not having a door knock because you put the time in on the phones.
Yeah.
What does that look like though to fill a full schedule? Like what if the phones aren't going they're not going your way that day, or it's rougher. Sometimes it's easier to book appointments. Sometimes it takes longer.
Yeah.
How do you make sure you always fulfill that schedule?
You just don't stop until it's done.
And you start early?
Yeah, I start early.
Like what time?
I'm not you crazy people that are like waking people up at 6 a.m. I start at 8. I start right at 8.
But you start at 8.
I don't. Yes.
You're not looking for leads at 8, and then
No.
you get coffee, and then you start by 10.
I sit down at 7:45, pull up everything. It's all right in front of me. I take a moment to like manifest my appointments. I say, I'm going to book 15 appointments. It's going to be fast, and I'm going to have a great attitude while doing it. And then I open my eyes and I freaking hammer the phone.
And you don't stop.
Don't stop. Yeah.
That's cool.
Except for like a training call. I'll throw that on.
Now, and what could, because we're getting into doing a lot of internet leads because we can't get enough mail leads to feed everybody. And we've learned that through numbers, you can get the same results by getting more, and they're cheaper. What can someone expect if they get new internet life or instant internet leads? What can they expect? All right, now you're hiring.
Yeah.
And
Time, man. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's good. It's going well. I'm hiring staff. Got an admin and some recruiters coming in. Just recruiting like crazy. I have job postings in like 5 major cities right now. I'm looking to up that pretty soon. Also looking at getting a spot for the
Marketing.
Yeah. I'd like to get a couple of spots, but I just want to get my production up to
Where
the
are
point
you
where I can support
targeting to
that.
recruit? Do you
Um,
have specific areas?
yeah, I do. It just that's have to kill you kind of thing. So
You don't gotta tell.
No, I look on the CRM. I see what places are hot with
leads.
leads, and then I recruit in those cities.
California, Central and Northern California.
Dude, there were 400 instances available in Northern California in like a micro county.
No,
I
yeah,
was like,
Fresno.
Yeah.
And there's like 200 agents that live there that aren't running them.
Cool. Where's Golden State at? Like,
Dude, Yeah,
Let's
like
go.
you're gonna. So California, Northern and Central California is a gold mine.
Yeah.
Because there's so many leads available.
Yeah.
And then you go to Phoenix.
And talk about mortgage protection. Those houses.
Yeah, dude, Grady's even sending people to Northern California to go clean up all the leads because there's so many there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that's his strategy that he doesn't tell anyone, but he tells
my good
me.
buddy Marshall just sent it up that way.
Yeah,
A guy who was falling asleep at convention, and Sean Mike had to nudge him or whatever. It's kind of funny.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you
Absolutely.
for sharing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what you do this year.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.